So welcome to Let's Go Pogo. I'm currently in a car park, which reason I've kind of come here, it used to be one of my favourite, I'm sorry the lighting is awful, used to be one of my favourite places to come catch Pokemon. Unfortunately now there's just so little here. So the owners of this mall, Westfield, the owners before had a sponsorship deal. And that sponsorship deal was for lots of sponsored stops, and there was a few gyms. Now, in Stockholm, it gets really cold in the winter, like really cold. So having somewhere where you could come inside and do some Pokemon was amazing. But unfortunately, that's been taken away from me now. I still come here occasionally just to stock up on some things, and you do get some pretty good spawns still. And luckily, the community is submitting stops where they can and trying to see things that, you know, are fun. But it's just so difficult. While I'm catching these Pokemon, I'm going to go over last week's stuff. So last week, when we were going through the team challenge stuff for GoFest, I kind of got a bit mixed up, and I think a few people got a little mixed up. Listening to different podcasts and video stuff, it was not so clear. So basically, you had three stages of catching Pokemon, throwing balls, great throws, stuff like that. Now, that was what went towards GoFest to unlock, and we'll obviously find out in a few days' time whether we unlocked all of those or not. The third one that I got so ranty about was... it's basically for bragging rights. I'm going to show you now, because if it's for bragging rights, it's going to brag. It actually took me 24 hours to do that one. And that was without real intense playing. I did a couple of intense hours on Saturday. But actually, it's kind of fun. And I see what you did there, Niantic. You were trying to catch me out. You were making me get better at throwing, and I thank you for it. I take back my criticism originally, and I'm very, very proud to be bragging about it. Things happening in the game. There is I'm going to get this right, the Premier Cup and the Master League. Not the Premier League and the Master Cup. It is the Premier Cup and the Master League. They have started now. I'm going to go through some of my battles in a few days' time from the Premier Cup. So far, it's been quite tough. I've seen an awful lot. What's it called? It'll come to me. If not, I'm going to put it on the screen. Oh, come on. Anyway. I've really not got an answer for it. So a question I wanted to ask the community here, so people watching, is on Metagross. See, I know I'd get there eventually. Metagross, should I use my last Elite TM on Metagross, or do you think I should just try and do something different with my team to try and combat that? I'm currently running Dragonite, Togekiss, and Gyarados. Gyarados is my weak link. I'm actually thinking of swapping Gyarados out, so that would probably be my Metagross slot, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll hopefully, when I come to do the video next, I'll have answered that problem. We also saw some things come out from Team Rocket, and that basically there are some drawings of a hot air balloon, and I think we're going to be seeing that in GoFest for sure. We're going to see a Team Rocket takeover, which is fun because I love Jesse and James. My character wears Team Rocket outfit. I'm a big Team Rocket fan, so that should be good. And there was something else came out. For the 4th anniversary, Pokemon Go released a picture. So while I finish up here catching these last ones and getting some supplies, I'm going to hand you back to Steve in the office, who's going to talk about that picture. Okay, so we've just popped back to the office because I wanted to show you this on the computer. There's a photo come out for the 4th anniversary of Pokemon Go that we all know about. But there's been some interesting things in this photo, so I'm going to go through. A big shout out to Poke AK, link in the description below. He's a YouTuber based in Alaska who I've followed for a number of months now. Really good content, very focused on PvP, but occasionally drops these little news things in. And I thought this was super, super interesting. So we can see here on the picture, we're going to have like some of the GoFest things. I think seeing this Munchlax here lets us think that there could be shiny Munchlax and Snorlax in a GoFest. I really think, and this is a lot of surmising here, what's going on. I think the most interesting part for me here is Lucario. So we have Lucario here, and we have the trainer behind him, and he's holding his watch. And Lucario has mega evolved into something by pressing the watch. Now, there's two thoughts here. PokeK's idea is we'll get an in-game watch that we can activate to make the mega evolutions come around. And I think that's probably most likely. But to take another one of my favourites, Lured Up Podcast, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on and I'm going to go a little bit more. Niantic have not been shy in coming forward that they want wearables. So they've been working on wearables, they've been working on glasses, and I wouldn't be massively surprised if this is a wearable that helps you mega evolve. Now, if it is, that's a big problem for those free-to-play players, because that's buying something physical. But I wouldn't be amazed if that wasn't the way that it worked out. So yeah, some really interesting things in here. We're seeing some of the Gen 6 starters as well, which we know we're going to see Gen 6 this year. It's just kind of when. This could be little teasers. I also think the part I really thought was quite amusing here was Sierra talking to Team Valor's, what's her name? Yeah, that shows how good I am, doesn't it? But they're chatting here. That's a bit weird. Does that mean something there? So yeah, interesting photo, and yeah, there are some other things. I'm going to show you now a website called Future Gamers Releases, where I found these redeem codes. Again, this was kind of gifted to me by PokeK, so I really want to give him lots of props for this little news section. But here, if you go to the link in the description below, you can get a couple of free things. It's nothing major, it's nothing exciting, but I like free stuff, and it makes me feel like I'm part of the game if I put this stuff in. So some pineapple berries and some revives, and so yeah, link down below to Future Game Releases website there. Back to Steve in the outside world. One thing I didn't talk about in the office is another theory that I have for megas, and you may have noticed I've not talked a lot about megas during this, but that's because I don't really know a lot and I'm learning all the time. But one thing I do remember from the anime is that megas were sparked by friendship, by a closer bond with your Pokemon, and I think it's too much of a coincidence that we have the buddy system in the game now, because the buddy system is a perfect way of showing a closer bond with your Pokemon. So when megas do come out, I actually think it's going to be really important to have the best buddy status. I've got a few that I've maxed out to best buddies, and I've got I'm now working on Magnezone, but I'll show you now a few of the ones that I've got. It's it's hard work, but it's a chore a couple of times a day to chuck some berries at it while you're walking and all the rest of it. And I have a feeling that could have a big part to play in the game. So something we didn't talk about was the Spotlight Hours. Spotlight Hours obviously go every Tuesday, and the next one is Tuesday, July the 7th, which happens to be today, which is Talo. Talo, I'm not so interested because I do have the two shinies of it, so I have the family, but it is twice the transfer candy, so maybe time to clear out some legendary Pokemon that you've had sitting in your bag for ages. I know it's something I'll be doing tonight. I really need to empty my bag some more. I managed to get it down to 2,000, but I could do with some more trimming, and getting rid of legendaries for double candy should be good. Tuesday the 14th of July at 6 PM local time, it will be Zubat. Zubat, you will earn twice the XP. Now, I love, I really love the shiny of Zubat. It's one of my favourites. I don't have it, so I'll probably grind hard for that. Don't really need the XP, but would really love the shiny of that. On Tuesday, July the 21st at 6 p.m. local time, Oddish will be in the spotlight, and I think Oddish is a beautiful Pokemon. I think it's one of my favourite designs. So I will definitely be going after some Oddish, and it's also twice the Stardust for catching. So definitely going to spend an hour on that one. And then Tuesday the 28th, the only non-shiny in the set, but let's be honest, we're going to be pretty burnt out after GoFest. Boozil will be the spotlight area. You'll earn twice the XP for catching Pokemon. Again, no interest in. I have interest in XP because level 50 is coming. We've been told. So they're the spotlight hours for this month. Yeah, they sound fun. Apart from the last one, I'm kind of tempted. And like, let's be honest, I'm going to be out there tonight getting Tailo as well. I will chuck an incense down and see what we catch. Thank you very much for listening in. These are still remaining fun. Sorry if it's a bit windy and it's a bit wobbly. Really having to hold the tripod here so it doesn't blow over. But don't forget to get out there because we've got a Let's Go Pogo. One thing I forgot to talk about was my catch of the week. So I went through and did all of my admin last night. I got a 96% Swansea, which was pretty cool. I think, what else did I get that was any good? It hasn't been a great week, if I'm honest. Yeah. I got a Shadow Shanshrue for Great League, rank 44, which is nice. I got a shiny Lillipup. To go with the many other shiny Lillipups I have. I have a shiny Skarmory, but not fantastic PvP, if I'm honest. And that's really it. That's all I got this week. This has been a pretty barren week for good Pokemon. You can see what we got. I got a shiny Tallow. I've already got one, but that's fine. So let me know what you caught this week in the comments below. So one thing I forgot to talk about is the news that you can see when people are online. This is one step closer to remote raiding and inviting friends, which is super, super exciting. But there is one thing that I really like about it is, like, I fancy doing some battles. So I'm going to put my code on the screen here, my trainer code. If you friend me up and you see me online and I'm not working or in a battle or in a raid or whatever, and you want to hit me up for just a random raid, you choose whether it's Great, Ultra or Master League, and why don't we see whether we can get some battles. So code's on there, friend me up, I will accept everybody. I've got about 100 spaces, so I think I can cover the viewers that we've currently got, and hit me up for a battle, why not? But no, I think it's really exciting that we're just that step closer to remote raiding and inviting friends. I cannot wait for that to happen.